Now, how the hell did you come up with a 25-minute story? That I've never had a 25-minute bit in my life.
When you do a bit that is that long, do you write it out, or do you just keep talking and you do know the beats and where it's going to end?
So I've never written anything out. I cannot just sit, and it's too structured for me.
You don't have like emails or Word docs or anything?
No.
All right.
So what I do is all my shows are recorded, audio every single show. And one of my openers, he's really good at structuring, and he helps me out whenever I do specials. He'll break down the sets, time codes, so that when we go into editing, we present the editor with, these are how long the bits are, these are the time codes, we want to take time off of, so that he's really structured, and I appreciate that. But me, I can't do it. I can't sit and write up, okay, here's the premise, and they teach the whole, and you do the circle, and then you do the line, and then you're building on this premise. I just can't do it because it's work, and I fucking hate work. I hate work. I want to have fun. I'd rather go out on stage and just start venting and telling stories. And whatever gets the laugh, cool, I keep. Whatever doesn't get the laugh, that's where I start trimming. I go back and listen. All right, there's a minute gap where there's no laughter. That's too long. We got to shorten that. So cut to the chase.
Right.
And so I've done that over the years. You will not find a single notebook, a single thing where I wrote anything out.
That's wild to me. That is fucking crazy.
I have a really good memory on stage. Off stage, I can't find my fucking keys. And so it's crazy that I can work like that. I will use bullet points. So like, let's say I'm doing the Tonight Show. All right, there's cue card or whatever. I appreciate the bullet points.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And also too, when you're doing a set like that, you're not doing your normal routine that you do every night. So you already know it. You flow. When you're doing a Tonight Show, you gotta, okay, we're taking this 4-minute piece right here, and here we go. This is this long. This is this long. This is this long, and go. And then you gotta hope that the audience either is with you or not too much with you, where they give you too much applause, where you're like, you're taking away my couch time, stop clapping, you just want to do your thing.
Damn.
But I cannot sit and write stuff out. So when I have comedy friends that go, hey man, let's sit and write, I go, no, I don't do that. When I was in high school, I was on the speech team, same thing. Like I would just go up and talk. That was my thing. I go up and talk, and whatever worked, and whatever didn't work, all right, we'll scrap that.
Yeah.
But that's where I got my bones, was in school on the speech team. Just getting up, be comfortable talking in front of people, get comfortable with silence, comfortable with just people staring at you. And once I started doing stand-up, it was just like, okay.
Yeah.
We're good.
I can't remember everything. I have to look at my paper before I go on, just to be like, okay, don't forget the dog joke. Don't forget the shoe joke. Don't forget the couch joke. But if I go up there, I'll go,
still write a set list out for sure.
Yeah, well, what did I miss?
Also, too, like the stories that I'm telling, I tell stories things that happen. So it's a memory thing. I'm like, and then I did this, and then I did this, and then I did this. So it's like, it's based on a true story.
But it blows my mind that you can't. But even if it's a true story, it blows my mind that you don't, like, there's like a beat that I would have to write out. Just saying how I would do it. I was like, I would need to write out a beat, in a Word doc or in a notepad, and be like, this is where I say the joke this way. This is this laugh. This is when I do a set list, it's almost, at first it's like every laugh. And then it kind of, I'm like, I got it. And then it becomes more like every like topic. It kind of it becomes smaller. But it starts with like, this is every laugh when I'm building,
Yeah.
But maybe that's fucking insane.
I know Bill Burr, same way, doesn't write anything down. He just goes out.
I think Jim Jeffries same way too.
There you go.
Because he would tell me he said it's like, oh, my story's 25 minutes. How could I write it down? I was like, man.
Yeah.
I would at least start with it. But you know where you're going. Like when you tell a long story, you know what the ending is usually, right?
If I were to write something down, for me, it almost feels like it's a script. And whenever I act and I gotta follow a script, I have a real tough time memorizing my lines. It's like, because I'm not enjoying it.
Yeah.
I'm not enjoying it. And so I sit down with someone and then we just go over the lines over and over and over. And I'm like, I fucking hate this.
I hate the
lines. So the idea of having to do that with my set, with my material, it's like, I don't feel like it's going to come out the same way. It's going to be very mechanical with the delivery. Like, every show, I've listened to multiple shows and the wording changes. The delivery does change every single time I do it. There's a high, there's a low.
Right.
I forget to do a minute in there somewhere, and it's like, oh shit, I forgot to do it. Like I missed this part right here.
Yeah.
Because I'll have my guy who goes, hey, by the way, you forgot this whole chunk. I was like, oh shit, hey, it still worked. So,
But isn't the part of you miss that chunk? I think like that's why I'm shocked you don't write it down, because I think I'd be like, oh fuck, I forgot. There's someone's one word I forget. I'm like, fuck, I should have said this word instead of that word.
The only time I get stressed out about it is when I'm doing a special. That's why I refuse to do a special live. I will never do a special
crazy.
live because I don't need that stress.
No.
And if you mess up, it just like, really? So always do two. For me, I always do two. And the first one, I'll flub a few things. That second one, I'm always dialed.
Yeah, totally.
Always dialed in on that second one. And then
Yeah.
if for any reason, like one time I was, when I did that special, I was telling you about Aloha Fluffy, where I talked about the story about the Middle East. I was going through like a bad cold, and you can hear it. You can hear my nasal, like I was just messed up. I probably had like, forget what my temperature was, but
Oh, wow.
I was struggling, and I did forget a big piece. And that's the only time I had to go back and pull from the first show.
Oh, wow.
And then insert it. And then when you watch the whole thing, you're like, you could hear it. You don't see it because the editor was so good, but you can hear the difference in my voice where
It got
I'm
worse.
good. But then it cut back to the night before, and all of a sudden you hear and then the voice change. You can hear it.
Yeah. Anything like that. Like if I have a couple too many drinks, I feel that slur coming. I'm like, oh,
The
I
N-word.
suck. Yeah. It gets in my head. Or if I'm stuffed up, it gets in my head. Anything that fucks with my voice kills me.
Yeah, but as far as notes go, only during specials. That's
Yeah.
when I feel the need. Okay, let's go over some stuff and just kind of like, all right.
Yeah.
Feels good writing out a set list before a special, because you're like, that's the last time I have to do it with this shit.
Yeah.
I definitely
something nice about
once
that.
it's out there, then it's just like let it fade.
Yes.
And then I start incorporating new material on top of that old stuff, and then you just kind of phase it
Yes,
out.
exactly. That's a great feeling.
Yeah.
Especially that one joke. You're like, I never really even liked that joke. I'm so glad I can drop
it
that one.
helps to support whatever the next bit. Like there's bits that I hate, but it sets something up so that I can call back later and slam it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So you need that.
Totally. It's like a little boost for the new bit. Yeah.
But movies have that too. You're like, what the hell is this scene? And then you're like, oh, right. I mean,
All right.
sometimes you got to do that.